So hello everyone, welcome to this Power BI session. And yeah, as we've already said, that this is a session, a more theoretical one. So we plan to hold the next one, which would be more hands-on and more like of a, drag and drop kind of things. So the one that we did with Azure. But today, Artemi and Aksan will present to you the Power BI tool, the Power BI software, which can really, I think, from what I've heard, at least, I'm not familiar with it myself, so it should be very interesting. But it basically allows you to do powerful visualizations of data. And I guess in our century, this could be a very helpful tool to know and to use. So next, I'll leave it to Artemi and Aksan.
Yep, thank you, Evgenia. Hi, everyone again. So my name is Artemi, and today we will discuss how to watch, read, discover ways to unify, to visualize, and secure share your data with Power BI. So you will learn how to turn insights into action and create a data-centric culture in an organization of any size, be it your small course project team or big international company. So let's move to the next slide. So one of the first feature or tool of Power BI is zero to beautiful option. So according to research from International Data Corporation or IDS, so businesses best able to analyze data and deliver actionable information stand to gain around 500 of billions dollars in extra productivity by 2020. So with Microsoft Power BI, you can get powerful and cloud-based data visualization tools. So you need to make the most of the advantage and content your team with meaningful data that will help them to improve your organization's bottom line. So Power BI agile and cloud-based business intelligence solutions can help you to capitalize on improved data with visualization by such features as streaming your Power BI reporting, customized dashboard, tailoring to diverse members in your organization, using real-time data to improve and accelerate collaboration and communication, aggregating data from both your own organization and partners provides to tell a cohesive story, and connecting to your data anywhere with Power BI app and app both for mobile devices with the web application, for tablets as well. So this is really powerful and convenient to use even at any device or platform you have. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah. So simply component feature is about how your human brain interprets the information. So human visual system has its own rules. So we can easily see patterns presented to us in certain ways, but in other ways they're invisible. Therefore, we can apply rules for displaying information so that the important and informative patterns stand out. Well, Power BI provides many different data visualization techniques, and you can simply switch between all of them working with the same data set. Thus, it makes it possible to control the use of visual perception to influence audience attention in data visualization design. There are also many researches and publications which tells that if you want to convey the ideas as clearly as possible, you must use minimum visualization components, and Power BI allows you to customize your charts absolutely as you wish, and it do not overload them by default. So let's go to the next slide. So what is Also, related to this is a color of your data. So it is one more essential thing. Related is, so which colors do you use? So coherent and impactful data visualization help you make quick decision based on vast quantities of data from multiple dynamic sources. So simply data analysis and visualization for every color on the data spectrum from financial devices green to marketing yellow is allowed with Microsoft Power BI. So see all your data, whether on premises or in clouds, through a single pane of glass using live dashboards and rich visualizations. So you can even bring all your data streams together in one place, go deep with your analysis and make informed decisions based on the big picture. So Power BI here helps you to explore and interpret data, drive decisions, and increase efficiency by such functions and tools as delivering easy to understand insights on the go executives and busy decision makers. Also, creating actionable sales and marketing intelligence from complex mix of data sources, enabling you to spend less time searching for data and more time for generating and sharing actionable insights of your data, and helping you collaborate with others to make quick and confident decisions driven by real-time data. So let's go to the next one. What is about Power BI and the future of Power BI and such techniques as data visualization? So today, Power BI provides the users to create reports and interactive cloud-based visual dashboards without the help of an administrator or any information analysis. So it's quite easy to use, and you will see it after we just demonstrate here. So the service is available for both desktop and cell phones since it is in inception in 2014. Microsoft has heavily focused on the evolution of Power BI, and today it has emerged as a front runner. So if you are looking at Power BI as just another cloud options to Microsoft Excel's pivot tables or charts, for example, or more data visualization functions, you will be surprised by how much more Power BI does. So as a user, you can slice data into various analytics with the help of Power BI. Microsoft over time has strived to bring many of the features of various programs under one superior data visualization platform. So Power BI enables you to build a data culture in your organization or your team by empowering analytics and enabling enable agile enterprise BI. So Power BI has a long-term vision for unifying modern and enterprise business intelligence and explaining self-service BI for big data. You can also always look at open Power BI roadmap and see which trends follows at the moment and understand does it really fit with the global expectations of data visualization platforms. You can also even suggest your own ideas because it is in an open roadmaps, and all issues are quite welcome for the users. So let's go to the next one. Here is about big data business. So most organizations have built core competencies around big data analysis, yet so around 37% of IT leaders define the big data environment as chaotic. And it looks like it is too difficult to present chaos as something understandable and clear. However, Power BI tools can help quiet the chaos. So nevertheless, it is also essential to understand big data trends and challenges. So there are many common trends, and some of them you can see on screen. So, for example, big data is everywhere. Means that the volume, variety, and velocity of data make advanced and rapid analysis a priority. Expectations are sky high. So for both using data to capture new insights and unlock efficiencies and business growth, as well as security remains on top of mind, because as well as the need to take extra measures to protect unstructured customers' data. And last but not least, is integration is a major hurdle. So especially as data comes in from multiple sources, departments, and geographies even. So understanding of such patterns allow you to prepare data, keep it safe, and choose the right data visualization technique to make your visualization both beautiful and informative. And exactly, Power BI provides many options for implementing all the mentioned above, such as data preparation and data sorting features, as well as various data sources for secure connections, and of course, multiple chart types. So that's it from my part, and next Aksan follows. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Asan Munir, and today we will be discussing about modern BI and analytics platforms and the future of Power BI, and to develop scale with Power BI embedded, how to integrate Microsoft Power Apps into your Power BI reports, so forth and so forth. So next slide, please. Yeah. So first of all, the modern BI analytics platforms. Finding the right business intelligence and analytics platform can be a challenge in a competitive market nowadays, with many options to choose from. Data, let's say we have multiple BI tools. One is Power BI that we're discussing today, and the other is Tableau, and then there's some open source platforms and the QuickBooks and all of this stuff. So the main point to focus are learn how BI insights play a role in driving the success of core business processes. So there are mainly 7 core business processes. I will be further discussing on it. Then we have that get a comprehensive set of business intelligence evaluation criteria, and then discover the difference between legacy and modern solutions, and learn how emerging capabilities are enhancing BI platforms. Main thing is to consider is that BI solutions have no value unless they help to drive the success of a business. Because we are mainly focusing on business insights, and then businesses are driven by processes. And the main, we can say that there are 7 different core businesses processes that nowadays every organization is focusing on. The first of all is the cloud document organization system, which handles the documents and files. The digital notebook system, which you mainly use for note taking. The calendar and scheduling systems, which is used for appointments. The fourth one is the project management systems, that is projects, tasks, priorities. And let's say we have one, also it's also considered for bug reporting. Let's say for in software development, we have Jira, at least in Jira, GitHub, and all of these things are related with project management systems. Then the team communication systems, the Zoom, the Microsoft, and another Google Meet for email communication messages, and all of these, they are getting some insights that will be beneficial for the business model. Then financial and bookkeeping systems that's related with all the finances, Microsoft Dynamics, CRM, Exapta, all of these things. And the personal productivity planning system, vision plan, goals, and balance to monitors. So these are all of the modern BI analytics platforms, and they are focusing on core business processes, how to collaborate and get insights from these processes. Please, next slide. So for developing Power BI paginated reports, There are few things and that has to be utilized to generate some reports, and that one of the main thing is that uh, find your data set or Power BI data set, and this data set can be extracted from the 7 core processes in an organization that I have mentioned just before. And the thing is that in business process, every day we are generating some kind of data. For instance, from the project management systems, and we can utilize that systems to track our progress and also to make predictions how well we can go in future. So these are one of the things to find out your Power BI data. Then get your data analysis expression statement, that's called DEX statements. And the data analysis expressions is basically a library of functions and operations that can be combined to build formulas and expressions in Power BI, analysis services, and Power Pivot in Excel data models. So Power BI support approximately more than 200 types of DEX functions. Some of them are like say date and time functions, filtration functions, text manipulation functions, information, logical, which includes and or, and the time intelligence functions to calculate the times differences, and some of the mathematical functions. So let's say and the function that we have in our filter DEX functions, and they are different types of, let's say we can filter out the data on the basis of selected, all but selected, the all but expect, calculate or filter, or even lookup values. For the table manipulation functions, we have some of the functions features that say we can add columns, we can summarize the columns or summarize the whole data set, or group by the column to fetch the specific query, to run the specific queries, or union, intersections. These are the table manipulation functions that are available in Power BI. And some of logical functions, we discuss logical functions, let's say we just simplified in SQL. So here we also have if, and, or, switch, if, error, such kind of function we can utilize in Power BI. And then we have to use a wizard to create a table. So after the manipulation of the data using the DEX function, we somehow generate a data set to use to visualize it, because we cannot directly visualize the data before data pre-processing. So there are some things that we can utilize. We can apply some functions on the raw data sets to generate a meaningful data set from the raw data set with the help of DEX function. And then we can go for the print layout to design our paginated reports, which can include different dashboards that I will show you after this presentation. So, and the last thing is the export options. You can export in simple PDF, in HTML layouts, or even if you can export into a JSON format or XML to import into another systems that your organization or you will be using it. Please, next slide. So now create, develop, scale with Power BI embedded. So choosing an embedded analytics solution requires careful assessment. So first of all, you have to connect to disparate sources of data sources with hundreds of connectors. Let's say you have data in your organization or in your daily life in Excel form, in CSV, even from Microsoft SQL Server, or if we discuss about from if you, in organization you are working with CRM or Exapta, or anything. Let's say you have a mobile application running on AWS and you have MongoDB data. So you can collect all of most of the data sources with the Power BI, and there are hundreds of connectors. So you don't have to figure it out. Okay, I have a data sets in MongoDB, so how I am going to connect with Power BI. So there are connectors available in Power BI, and that turn the data into beautiful reports and visualizations. And then you have to use familiar tools to embed analytics in your applications and build your data pipeline in an end-to-end environment. And the last thing is the growth. So plan ahead of growth with flexible, for example, Power BI, they have some licensing, and then you have to deploy some security layers on it, and also there's a availability of different data centers that you can use with Microsoft Azure. So these are some of the things that you can think about for the growth with the Power BI embedded system. The next slide. So the lastly, the integration of Microsoft Power Apps into your Power BI reports or the dashboards. Power BI enables data insights and better decision making, while Power Apps enables everyone to build and use app that connects to business data. For instance, that using the Power Apps visual, you can pass context-aware data that you have done pre-processing on it, and then you have realized to a Canvas app that will just show as a canvas to display the statistics in real time, which updates in real time as well. And you can make changes into your report by using different types of filters. And by these apps, your end user, for instance, you have developed some Power BI dashboards and you have delivered it in a Canvas or HTML format, and you host it into some platform, so they can see the business sites and take action from right within their Power BI reports and dashboards. So it's quite user friendly and easy to access. So the main thing is to learn the specific steps for integration of existing Power Apps into a Power BI report. So to make data changes in the app reflect immediately in the report, these are one of the benefits. Then you can share Power Apps and give access to others, and the access can be controlled with the access control lists. Let's say you have to represent some of the data to your senior manager, some different department, let's say finance, marketing departments, and sales to get their own insights, and they can refresh in real time, as I mentioned earlier. So these are some of the features that Power BI has given us, and we can utilize that thing. So let me share my screen with you. So, yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So now, this is Power BI desktop application, and we can also access Power BI from online, and you can either use the trial version online or you can download the trial version. But as a university student, you can access with your university credentials to access or download the licensed Power BI. And first of all, you can, as mentioned, that we have different connectors that, let's say, we can get data and different servers, that's web or data, blank query, Power BI data sets, SQL Server, or from simple, we can say that the workbooks, Excel, CSV, SQL Server, and there's a lot of things that we can utilize to contact. So this is the main one of the dashboard related with the sales and versus the budget. And we can utilize that, okay, that how these are just visualization of the data, and from over here we can filter it out the data accordingly, that okay, this chart represents the sales and budget by month for the year of 2017 and 2019. And for instance, if I add something, okay, I want to see also for 2018, so the plots gets changed. So now the plot is giving me that, okay, dashboard's giving me the statistics for 2018, 17, and 19. What was the budget, what the variances, and what was the difference between them. And from here, I can also see, okay, for last 3 years, or let's say for specific 2 years, which are my top customers and their sales according to that, and the number of products and for specific year, the branch or organization has sell. So these are some statistics that you can get from your raw data. You are monitoring your logging in your sales into SQL Server or even Oracle or simple Excel. So you can just import and get some visualization of your data to get a because the pictures describe more rather than words. So these are some of the dashboards you can easily make it. So next is the fiscal year and the calendar year. So how the fiscal years have the sales by fiscal years and sales per year. So these are some of the statistics that we can. There are some dashboards, but we will go through for all of the dashboards step by step in our next sessions. And then we have yearly data, fiscal year to data. So we can see the, okay, we have sales and we can just support the different plots and we can select over the different type of visualization from here. And these are some of the plots that we can utilize. And here we have the sales report and the pre-year by year and month years. So for instance, that this is, I can filter it from here. So we don't have anything related for the quarter 7. We can here for quarter 14. These are some filters that you can utilize, okay, to drill down the data sets or drill down the information on the basis of the filters. So these are filters by year, or even if you can just come over here and you can see the filters accordingly, how the data is getting filtered out. Okay. Yeah. Now this is the sales for specific, we can say the by date, how many sales per date and everything for the quarter 1 sales. We don't have any data for quarter 1. Yeah, we have data for quarter 4, 2018. So these are some specific filters that we can utilize. So these are related with some sales and budgeting related data. Now this data set is there is some we can say an application that is monitoring the user activities on exercises, and most of us monitor our daily activity, how many steps we have taken daily, which types of exercises we have done. So on the basis of that, so this data set is related for last 3 years, from 2019 to 18 to 2021. Yeah. So these are some statistics. So now this is the statistics that, okay, duration by sport type. So we can see from this plot, okay, that walking is the highest sport that a user has done and spend more time on doing walking than weight training, swimming, running, and there we have a lot of other activities that we can see over here. So, and similar to the calories burned by each sport, so it is walking, weight training, swimming, badminton, stair climbing. So these are some of the activities that the user has spent time or burned calories while doing these such kind of exercises. And the distance by sport, obvious, the most of the distance is covered by walking. Then the swimming is quite good. So we can also get information that, okay, the person or the user is used to of swimming along with the walking. So these two exercise types, the users doing a lot of things. Then running, getting cross, badminton, all of this stuff, and the hours spent by each support. So these are some statistics that we have for user. The data was in raw form, in JSON form, and then we have transformed the data and did some data pre-processing. Then after data pre-processing, we have such kind of data, and this data has the altitude, all of this stuff that we have. We can use these parameters to generate different types of insights and dashboards. The last thing is that there's a beautiful visualization that Power BI give us is also for the mapping of data on maps. So this activity, this is the real data for a user. for its activities related with the sports. So we can figure out, okay, on the basis of latitude and longitude, because the application was monitoring the longitude and latitude of the user location. So we can figure out that, okay, the person has been in this specific longitude and latitude parameters and have done different types of exercises. And so for instance, now if we zoom in the data, so let's say, I think La Peranta. So we can see that user have been over here and doing different kinds of activities, but the main thing is just to plot the location data of the user. Along with this, we can also map that, okay, on which location user have done walking and all of the design patterns of the activity patterns of the user. So these are the things that we can figure it out. So from my side, it is, if you have any questions, you can ask me and I will more than happy to answer that.